So as we come to the end of another year, closing the curtains on 2024, I wanted to make a video somewhat a little different than my usual content, discussing a couple of different topics with you guys. A chilled video, if you will, with a small Q&A. Firstly, let me apologise if I sound a little off today, as I'm just getting over a chest infection, so bear with me. As always, if you enjoy, make sure to press that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and without further delay, let's begin. So how was 2024 for the channel? Pretty good. Breaking down my statistics, I've uploaded just short of 70 videos, got 2 million views and 6,500 new subscribers, so yeah, so far so good. As for 2025 and the future plans of the channel, let's look at some questions I get asked most commonly in hopes of explaining some things to you guys. Why did you originally begin creating content? Truth be told, I can't quite remember. This isn't my first attempt at trying a YouTube channel, but definitely my most successful one. I've been producing on Philby Gaming for a little over 3 years now, and I still have a strong passion for this. But why I began or my original intentions? I think basically just to see if I could do it. I spent time figuring out how to edit better, creating more eye-catching thumbnails, as well as finding my audience, which takes us on over to our next question. Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 released 14 years and 6 years ago, respectively. Why do you continue to make content on these games? In a nutshell, it's what my viewers seem to enjoy the best. I've branched out to other open world titles such as GTA 5, Fallout 4 and Mad Max to name a few, but the majority of my viewership is drawn in from the Red Dead franchise. I do plan to expand further, of course, as to adapt with other open world games, but right now, YouTube themselves tend to push these specific videos on my channel, so that's why. Why do you feel some of your videos do significantly better than others? YouTube algorithm. The setup on YouTube is a hard one to crack, and it's difficult not to get pigeonholed. I've had a few lucky strikes with non-RDR2 videos, I guess, but it seems few and far between. Don't get me wrong, I'll still continue to expand my catalogue in an attempt to broaden my audience, but for whatever reason, YouTube's algorithm seems to push specific videos of mine instead of others. I can't fully place the blame on the algorithm, of course. In some cases, the video idea or even the thumbnail maybe just isn't engaging enough to captivate the audience. How do you come up with the video ideas? Research and inspiration. Sometimes I'll watch something on a television or on YouTube itself and something will trigger an idea for me. Also, an original video idea that I have will alter over time. For example, I recently produced a theory video that Arthur Morgan from RDR2 had perished at some point during the game and that the rest of the title was him trapped in some form of purgatory. That video was originally part of a much larger video idea where I was going to showcase the wackiest theories out there I could find, but seemed to have a large enough amount of topics surrounding it that it made it into a video on its own. Do you see your video ideas being used or copied by other content creators? Yes, but also no. On YouTube, it's hard to find an original idea, so what most do is watch other creators for inspiration. I've seen creators produce video theories that I've literally posted mere days before, and I have absolutely no problem with this. They've took inspiration and made it their own, and best of luck to them. It's research, not plagiarism. Most will tend to shout out their inspirations anyway, so it's all good. How do you handle negative or hateful comments on your channel? I don't, simple as that. If someone's handing out constructive criticism, I'm all for that, it helps build the channel, but if someone's just blasting for the sake of it, I don't respond. YouTube's system in catching hateful speeches is pretty decent anyway, and with my like to dislike ratio across the channel being normally above 95%, it's not something I have to deal with often anyway. Does it concern you if a video doesn't do well at first? Absolutely not. YouTube's algorithm is bizarre sometimes. For example, my most viewed video, The Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Red Dead Redemption 2, is not far off 1 million views. It's over 2 years old and still accumulates around 2,500 to 3,000 views every 48 hours. When I first uploaded that very video, it amassed a little over 3,000 views after exactly 1 month. Any video can take off at any point if it's engaging enough. What advice would you give to someone starting or thinking of starting a channel? Reiterating my previous, patience. It takes time to build your audience, things don't happen overnight. Take time to figure out exactly what you want to do on that platform and make it your own. Do something that you think makes you stand out from the others. Like I've said, it's hard to find an original idea on YouTube. Most of the time, whatever video idea you've come up with, it's been done before, so you need to take that and make it your own. What makes you different from others who've made similar content? Is it the way you tell a story? Is it more comical based, for example? Or did you uncover something that others missed? Make it as unique as possible. Why make Red Dead Redemption videos in the first place? This is something I've mentioned several times, but for those who didn't know, let me explain. It began a few years back. A friend of mine and I were having a conversation about Days Gone by Bend Studios, and that the character of Boozer also voiced Angelo Bronte in Red Dead Redemption 2. From this chat, I launched a fact series showcasing this, and others like it. I found that because it included the popular Red Dead 2, people seemed to engage more as it drew in a wider audience. Although I continue to create videos around other titles, every time I come back to Red Dead, the viewership would always be higher, so I continued with this. Both RTR games are full of life, and there's always something to do or see, so I was, and still am, never short of video ideas concerning this. Last question today, what are your future plans for the channel? I'm going to continue to push at the open world aspect of gaming, as it's not only something I personally enjoy, but what my viewership seems to enjoy the most too. A lot of my plans are decided by the community itself, you guys, so it's partially up to yourselves. A lot of you come up with great video ideas that you've asked me to produce, and I hope you all continue to do so. GTA 6 is, hopefully, still coming out in 2025, so I'll no doubt be producing content on that, but it won't be Let's Plays. It will be similar to my Red Dead Redemption series, covering myths, legends, facts, secrets, and my favourites, lore and theories. I haven't covered a great deal of the new GTA so far, because basically, I don't have enough information on this. I was considering making a video in which I take a stab at the story or narrative of the title, and I still may do that, but as of this moment, nothing is in the works. Someone mentioned in my community post the other day about how they'd like to see me launch a second channel discussing facts, and it's something I've pondered on launching for some time now as a non-gaming channel, so who knows. It's something I may begin in the new year. I've also bounced around an idea which I took inspiration from another YouTuber, Fishy, in where I release a monthly video showcasing the good and not so good of my comment section, but I haven't decided on this yet. If I do, it will begin at the end of January next month. As far as predictions for the future of my channel concerning numbers, I've absolutely no idea. I'd like to be sitting on at least 25,000 subscribers by the end of 2025, but in all honesty, it's not something I stress about. It'll happen when it happens. Over the course of my time on YouTube, I've made some really good connections with other creators, going even as far as working alongside them during videos, as well as bouncing ideas and thumbnails off one another for advice. This is something I hope to continue with in the future. All in all, I'm happy with the channel so far in 2024. Some of my older videos have taken off this year alone, plus I launched a brand new series called Red Dead Redemption Myths and Legends, which I'm really enjoying making content on at the minute, and considering it's a title that's over 14 years old, it's doing pretty well. Sure, the channel has had its ups and downs concerning viewership, but everything seems to be heading in the right direction. Every day brings new subscribers to the channel, growing it further, and although 2023 brought in a few more subs than 2024, as I said earlier, it's not something I stress about. It'll happen when it happens. The videos I've produced have primarily come from the ideas of my audience, mostly the comment section. When you guys mention what you'd like to see, I always do my best to get it out there for you all, and I truly wish for this to continue, because even if I'm the one producing the content, it's the audience that have built this channel alongside me, and thank you all incredibly for this. A few in particular I've had the blessing of forming friendships with outside of YouTube. On a quick side note, I want to shout out to my main man JK, who turned 39 just last week. He knows who he is. Happy birthday, brother. In closing, keep those comments coming, whether it be ideas you'd like to see or just feedback in general. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see a second channel launched, or even the idea of a monthly comments video, entirely up to yourselves. You've been listening to Phil of Philby Gaming. Merry Christmas to you all, best wishes for the new year, and let's see what 2025 brings us.